Okay. Do you understand this all?
Yep.
All right. Now I can easily see the price breakup, and then, you know, like what happens here. This was the last, you know, the last buying climax was suffered over here. So I will make this, mark this region. Okay. And price is doing what? Breaks through it on a very high volume, first of all. And the volume is decreasing, efforts no result. And now if I can draw the structure, let's see. Here it's not very easy to draw the structure, but all I can see is just like SOT, right? SOT process from here to here, you see huge range. Okay, the price has a huge range. Then the price from here to here, little bit increase, decrease, and then here the price is decreased already. So this is SOT, 3 touch points. SOT, we have a huge volume here, and prices, and this happens after the overbought, because we have overbought here over here, right? Buying climax, test of this region. And as I told you, when the price is on high volume, we need a price to retest on a lower volume. So with the price retested here again on a lower volume, but it's effort versus no result, we will go for the second trade here. And now our last point was where? This is our second trade after effort versus no result. This is our last point here, our target. So we can drag all the way down to this point. But what I suggest, just target for 2 hours. That's it. This is also a very huge trade. Just target for 2 hours. Just right over here. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So all good now. So this was what? What day was it? 21. So 20. Now 20 is left. Last one. 20. 19, 20. Okay, London Open on 20. Can you tell me? Sorry.
Before we start, how do you make your volume bars so close to each other? My volume bars are always like the space in between them is very wide.
Here?
Yeah. See the green bar and then the red, your green bar and red.
So what happens? You mean you want to increase the space or decrease the space? Hello? Are you there?
Make it closer, like similar to yours.
So yours is not closer.
Yeah. Like in between the 2 bars, right? The white space there's a lot of white space in between.
Maybe yours one is like this. Like this? Are your chart like this?
No, not really. Never mind. It's not important. Let's just continue.
Okay, but just select the histogram from here. Columns. You have a histogram. You just select the columns. Okay, let's see the settings now. Inputs 20. This one. There's not much here.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Maybe precession you have to do default. Okay. Maybe your precession is. Okay. So 20 July, start of London Open. Can you tell me where is the start of London Open?
15.
15 here. Right?
Yep.
This is London Open. Let's do it faster. London Open. Okay. Tell me the overnight low, high and low. The overnight session started from where? Can you mark the overnight session start? Which is here. Okay. OS start, overnight session start. Okay. So the lowest point before it, when we were having a developing low, got it? This one, yes, this one, the price is already here. So we know that this is actually the right developing low. We can mark it as a developing low. right? Or if you, yeah, all right. And then high, where is the high? This, I think this is the highest point, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay. And can you tell me how the price is coming from? The price distributes, comes down, and then it started turning back up again. So here is a distribution, and then here's a little accumulation, and price started going back. So what is the bias between high and low? When the price is going between high and low, the bias remains what?
Bullish.
Yeah. Okay, it's bullish between overnight high and low. And how about now? Before, when the price comes at this point, okay, once the price comes at this point here, let's draw another structure starting from here, high and low. So this is the first one, starting from here. Yeah, the price goes up and then it rejects it, the price again go up. So we have to redraw the structure, right? Do you understand why I'm redrawing the structure?
Can you explain again?
Okay, first we draw the structure from here to here, right? This was the first point. But what do we see? That as the price goes up, the price deviated and it rejected. This overbought was failed and the price went up. When the price went up, we need to redraw the structure. I told you, right? So that we can cover this area as well. So we redraw the structure, this trend line, and now we have a good. Go to the 5-minute, and now before London Open, what do we see? Some kind of short overbought here. If you go to the 5-minute time frame, we can accurately spot it out. 20 July. Yeah, fine. But what do we notice here? Again, shortening of thrust. Do you agree? This touch, this second touch, which is little higher, this touch here, shortening of the thrust. And this touch here, okay? What do we notice here? Huge bars here, you can see. Every time when you will see the shortening of thrust bars, you will see increase in volume. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, and now we go, and now what happened? The price is just, go back to the 15-minute time frame, and the price here is, let's suppose, a little buying climax here. And after this, the price broke down. What is this? FTI, falling through ice. So the bias between, the bias from overnight high and low, okay? The bias from overnight high and low is what?
Bearish.
Bearish. Understand, these two things are clear now. Okay, so it means the price is actually ranging. From here to here, the price is ranging. Bullish from here to here, bearish from here to here, just like a range. All right. Now we go to the 3-minute time frame and see what we can figure out. Now here, the London opens right over here at this point. Okay. We are here, what? What are we here? We have a bullish scenario, right? And if we can just draw another channel from here, we see the shortening of thrust right over here, SOT. Okay. And then from here, the price rises, the London opens right over here. Am I right? And now the price is ranging here. Right? But we are not near what? We are not near what? We are going from up to down or down to up. Where are we moving? If you are moving from down to up, the bias is bullish. If you are moving from down, from up to down, the bias is bearish. Am I right? But here we are moving from down to up. So the bias here is bullish, right? It should follow,
Bullish.
right? So yes, at London Open, what do we see? A huge bar here. Okay, a kind of, you can say, little bit accumulation, right? Reaccumulation. And now, just after this point, what do we see here? Do we see any kind of trade activity here? Yes, we can take this, because if this because if this bar was, because we can draw a small range here, you can see it's more very visible. And London Open was what? What was the London Open? Key reversal. Am I right? Key reversal. Can you see?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
London
Yeah.
Open was key reversal. So it means now the problem is, if we take the trade here, it's too high. The stop loss is too low, right? If we play the stop loss, it will be too high. We need this to be retested. And if you see the short-term thrust and this kind of volume, yes, we do have a high volume here. Okay, we do have a high volume here, but the London Open volume was much more higher than this volume. Okay, so I told you, whenever we have and after this one is a higher low. Am I right? Higher low. And I told you, whenever we have a higher volume at the secondary test, then that secondary test needs to be retested on a low volume. Am I right?
Yeah, correct.
So this needs to be retested. This needs to be retested on a low volume. So the price came back, test this region. What do we get here? No supply. This is a point where we will take our trade, a very small one, placing a stop loss just below the low of this one. And now we have enough point to discover. This is our last high. Safest trade. Got it? And now the price did what? Again, a very high volume over here. And on the test, we have a higher volume. The price came down, came back here, secondary test, and now we are moving from down to up. The rotation has changed. How do we know the rotation has changed? We can do this by drawing the trend channel. How will we draw the trend channel? If we just join this bar and this bar, okay? Make sense now?
Yeah.
Now this becomes what? Overbought. Mini overbought. Okay? And now we are already at this near this point. You can see at this FTI point. This was FTI. If you draw this FTI line here, okay, the FTI was here, falling through ice. The falling through ice was here, right? If you draw this line, falling through ice. So this becomes what? LPSY.
Hidden upthrust.
LPSY plus hidden upthrust. Yes, we have a characteristic of hidden upthrust. Plus we have mini overbought plus mini buying climax, right? So yeah, obviously we need to wait for the test of this, which is tested over here at this reference point, and now we'll take the short trade all the way down to here, because we know once the price reaches this point here, because the point from here to here was bullish, so the price will again turn into bullish. Make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so we will target this area, and again we can go for another trade right from here. Done. And now let's see what happens. Now we extend this line, bearish and bullish line from here, this whole scenario from here to here. Okay, this overnight London session lower, overnight low and low. And now at this point, what do we see here? Where was the London Open? The London Open was at what point? London Open was here, right? And
Yeah.
where is your point? Okay. And now what happens here at 20? What do we see here? On if we go to the 15-minute time frame, okay, what do we see here? If we just See the whole structure here. You start joining the lows and see if there is any kind of shortening of thrust or not. Yes, there is SOT, right? After London Open. And now our SOT, this is the final SOT, this third touch point, we draw this line here, and at exactly around at what? Now at 8 o'clock, your time, what would be your time? 8 o'clock, right? When the London opens, we are here at this point. So now can you tell me what will be your bias? We see here SOT. Okay, we have already broken down. And after this huge move, we reacted to this level, came down just before London Open, right? We have already made this move to the upside. And now the price has crossed the overnight low. We have already crossed this overnight low. So we will not take this into consideration. Okay, we are only considering the point at London Open. This is London Open, right? The last low of London Open was this one. This is the last low of London Open, right? And what happens? The price has jumped, falling through ice, right? Falling through ice of London low, FTI of London low. And then what do we see here? The reaction, which is LPS. And LPS we formed here, and the price went to this direction. LPSY, sorry. Okay, you have LPSY. Now you have to do one more consideration, and when you are on a like we have this LPSY, we have to see what this move is considered of, right? So we'd start drawing this one from here to here, a very huge point here, and then we have accelerated move to the downside. Accelerated move to the downside. You can see the volume. So this is also a kind of oversold characteristics, right? And then the price returned back to the channel here, LPS, and then it came back. So this has a characteristic of selling climax, right? Selling climax. How do I know this has the characteristic of selling climax? What I can do, if I go to the 15-minute time frame, a longer time frame, you will see that if I join this low, and this low, then this is shortening of the thrust. Can you see? Can you see shortening of the thrust? Hello?
The third touch seemed to have a bigger thrust, right?
See, we joined this low, okay? We joined this low. We dragged it all the way down. Okay. Okay, we call it as reverse user trend line. And now joining this 2 point here. Okay, just draw a channel like this, let's suppose. Now this is shortening a thrust here. You can see this low, connect this low. And we see the third low where it goes. Shortening a thrust. You see the distance here. From this low to you, distance increase. Very huge. From this to this, very decrease. Decrease. And this is all shortening a thrust. All 3 points matched. Got it? And you see the volume here. You see the volume here on a 15-minute time frame. Accelerated volume, selling climax. And then we draw this structure here from selling climax. And this is what? AR. Now you have the correct structure to trade. Okay, after London session. I told you, after once the London session is over, you need to redraw the structure again for the New York session. Got it? So the bias for the New York session right now, because we are at the lows. So right now at 8, because 8 p.m. was right over here. This is your New York Open. Can you tell me the bias?
Bullish.
Bullish bias, right? We go to the 3-minute time frame and look for the entries now. Simple as that. Okay, selling climax here. And when we are going down here, we also see shortening of thrust right over here as well, right? Connecting this low SOT, right? on a 3-minute time frame, right or wrong?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, SOT. But now here we cannot take this trade. Why? Because we are not at the reference point. Are we at the reference point?
No.
We need to wait for the test of this region, selling climax. Okay. So the price waited, and then we have all the way down. We have shortening of thrust here, and the price finally came down here. Okay, most people what will do? They will try to enter this right over here. But this will result in a losing trade. Why? We have to wait for the reference line, which is right over here. The price came back, tested this reference line. What happens? Comes down. What do we have? Can you tell me?
FO versus no result.
Yeah, FOS. See the selling climax volume here, and see that this volume is actually
And key
less,
reversal.
yeah, lesser than this one. Okay, slightly lesser than this one. But here the problem is the volume here and the volume here is exactly similar. So what I told you, when we have a higher volume test, what we need to do? We need to wait for the retest, right? So we cannot take the trade on this key reversal. Why? Because the volume is too high. So how do we know what to do? How do we know that the volume is high or no? What I suggest you that at the selling climax, right over here, selling climax, the average volume of the selling climax is like this. This is the average volume. Okay. So the selling climax volume and this volume, key reversal volume. The key reversal volume is equal or higher or lower than the selling climax volume. Can you tell me? This is the selling climax volume.
It's higher.
It's higher. So what we need to do? What we need to do? We need to wait for the retest. Okay, the price went up, retested right over here. But the problem with this one is, can you tell me the problem?
The spread is too wide.
Too wide, volume is also wide. So there is no sign of strength, sign of weakness here, right? Yes, there is key reversal. I could not see any kind of key reversal. The price just went up and the price breaks through this on a higher volume. It's all right. And now the price came back and tested this region again. And this time, what do we get it? Effort versus no result. This is our real entry. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What else? And now, of course, I told you that this is how we are structured. If this is AR, the price, now see how the price is moving for the AR. The price goes up, go to the 15-minute time frame and see. The price goes up, but volume goes down. Is this a true AR? Is this a true jump across the creek? Because I told you that volume must also increase during AR, during jump across the creek, right? So during jump across the creek, is the volume increasing? Is the spread increasing? Spread and volume both are decreasing. What does this show you? It's not a true jump across the creek. The price is failing over here. And what do we see now here?
Hidden uptrust.
Hidden upthrust. This change our whole bias. And let's see if we can draw the trend channel. If I try to draw the trend channel from here to here, okay, on a 5-minute time frame, it's not possible. Let's draw on a 3-minute time frame. Okay, drawing this structure low. This one was the lowest low. This one is highest low, connecting this and this. Yes, but what do we see here? SOT. Am I right?
Yeah.
Shortening
Right.
of thrust, and obviously, okay, shortening of thrust, huge volume. Okay, this is a characteristic of this one. And now on this point, we already saw that the price made this bar here, right? Okay, so wow, we are waiting for this bar and testing for this region here. So let's go to the 3-minute time frame again. Okay, the price makes this one. Okay, this is what? Buying climax, right? So this actually jump across the creek turn into a buying climax, right? All right, and now if this is buying climax, the price breaks down here. What is this? AR plus FTI, right? Why this is FTI? Because we are breaking this channel, right?
Yeah. Right.
FTI, right? AR plus FTI. By AR because of this buying climax, FTI because of this breaking of this channel. And now we draw the channel here. Okay. This is our first point here, AR. Testing here. What do we see on the test here? On secondary test? Secondary test plus UT. And let's see if we can get kind of effort with no result. Yes, we did get effort with no result here, right? We can take the trade easily. Now you know where to exit. Where would you exit? At this point. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can do one more thing. When the price is coming and testing this region, you can do what? And this is higher, this is low, this is higher, low. So we can draw the channel from here to here, right? And now we can extend it. What do we see here? This one failed, this one is a true one. And the price becomes what here? Overbought, right? Again, overbought and buying climax. The price came down. Okay. The price makes a first higher low, which is here, secondary test. ST. ST has a higher low. So we draw another line from here, comes down. What do we see after ST? Anything? No, nothing special. No sign of trend. The price comes down, comes back here again. What do we see? Do we see no demand?
Sort of no demand.
Yes, sort of no demand, but not exactly no demand. The volume is not, this is not exactly. But after the second bar, what do we see here? Increase in volume here, a little bit. And these two volumes are also I told you about this special kind of, these both are very small spread bar.
Top reversal.
2-bar top reversal. Am I right? So 2-bar top
Yeah.
reversal is another entry point. Place a stop loss here and an entry goes down here. 2R exactly at this point. Okay. This is the London session trading or New York session. First one trade, second trade, third trade, fourth trade, fifth trade. Got it? How many trades did you got? 5 to 6 trades within London session, New York session. So let's see what happens with that part here. Wow, it goes so up. Where were we? I think we were here. We were here. We were here at this point. The price went up, and now here the price started ranging, comes down here. Second one, right? See, so if I had taken this trade, I would have made multiple 1-2 hour here, 2 hour from here, 2 hour from here. Got it? Around 6 hours total.
Yeah.
So is everything clear now?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. So let's stop this session now and we will continue not tomorrow, day after tomorrow on Wednesday, inshallah. Okay, Wednesday. So we will
Okay,
take some,
sure.
we will, I mean, we try to make it early at the New York session so that we can just, do some live trading on Wednesday. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.